Alright everybody, welcome back to the Moth-hawk project, and today, today we're gonna be working on the moth-hawk, and hopefully this time YouTube is not gonna be such an asshole and destroy the preview that I'm looking at to check out certain types of things. But today we're gonna be working on the Moth-hawk project again, and today we're gonna be starting with coloring this bad boy up to right over here. So first basic color, then secondary color, then third color, and then, you know, hopefully that will look nice. And then I will color the day, because that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I hope you all going to be enjoying that. So no further ado, let's get started, shall we? So yeah, as you can see, I have been busy. Because normally you're not supposed to get this pencil there, so yeah, I've been working on something. Probably gonna be sharing it once it's fully done, so that, you know, you guys can see what the difference is, and I have like a comparison to do. And it looks like I don't have my towel. Oh well, it doesn't matter that much, but it does matter that it is gone. So now we're gonna be working on, the thing right here. We're gonna move it upwards to there. So first things first, we're gonna get that lovely color, and then we're gonna pick up the color that we need, which is the basic one, and we can zoom in like so. And we're not supposed to do it on that layer. Nope. We're supposed to do it on a different layer. So yeah, today I'm gonna be working on this, and let's see how far we can get this up and running. And you can already see how this is gonna be going. The whole tree is gonna be looking far more alive once this is fully done. And I'm already very happy upon how far it already is. And the more we work on this, the better it gets. So yeah. It's great. It's great to see how the end result is gonna be later on. But now we're just gonna be focusing on fixing the parts that we need to fix. So first draw the color in, and then start with the secondary color that we need, and then third color. And then that is how we're gonna do it. So yep. No further ado, I'm gonna pick up the color I need. That is right over there, I believe. Alright. And 3.6 is good enough to get things up and running. So as you can see, I can now draw the lines that I need to draw with no problems. Yeah, alright, looks fine. So we only have this color, right? Do we need more better ones? Probably need a sharper one. There you go. No. So we're gonna be just moving from point A to point B. So we're gonna move this part, and then we're gonna go upwards towards this. So I'm gonna be putting it like so. No, I'm just gonna work like this. It's quite nice that, you know, I'm working right now on just coloring this and not on drawing, because today I actually did some drawing, and I'll tell you that I didn't took a break. All right, I went like straight in, 3-hour go, and I realized like I definitely should have taken a break when I was working on it, but it was a little bit late on that part. But later on, I did take a break. Before I actually went, you know, doing the live stream, and before I went to have dinner, I actually went outside and did a walk of 6 miles again. So that actually fixes a lot of things. And as you can see, this drawing is going to be looking nice if you just really see how all the texturing works. You can already see how it works. You just need to realize like, ah, well, I just need that or that, and then go from one point to another. And the more I work on this, the better it gets. And what I have been working on in the background was actually working on the one of the reworks of one of the drawings I did. Now, the big question is like, why would I do that? Why would I revisit one of my old drawings? And I was like, well, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I revisit the old drawings and then start fixing some stuff that I was feeling like, yeah, this doesn't feel right or that didn't feel right, and so I fixed it. And maybe I did not fix it correctly, maybe I did not fix it fully perfectly, but what I did learn was how to draw texture of hair. It didn't look like I drew the texture of hair properly, but it looked pretty well done. I'll say that. It was one of the best drawings I ever did with hair. That's for sure. So once the drawing is fully finished, I will show you guys it, and then I'll show you the difference between both. Note though that drawing is probably going to be finished on tomorrow, probably, because it's not a big drawing, or maybe the day after that. But it's not a big drawing. It is just, you know, a drawing that it's like very long, and no, not very long. It's a drawing that I needed to realize, like, well, how do I approach this? How do I fix stuff? And then, you know, slowly to works towards, you know, improving the characters themselves. So what I did was actually, you know, took an empty sheet and then start drawing. And then, you know, once the drawing part was done, I was like, well, this looks nice. And after that, I went like, well, time to color it in and see how that works. And the first two basic colors, I was like, okay, how do I do this? Because I have clearly no idea how to draw properly hair. And I looked up some tutorials, I read some articles, and I got to a point where I was like, yeah, this will work, this will probably work, and it worked. It just worked. Well, it might not look like the hair that you used to see on, you know, art nowadays. It's more, I believe my art style is more like the 2006 art style, I believe. Well, not fully 2006. A little bit more maybe. But it does not represent a new art style that normally takes place. I really like how the drawing turns out to be, or well, I really like how I did it. I just need to do some more things to it, some couple of things to the hair, because, you know, it does need to represent the hair that I wanted to represent, and then probably I need to fix some of the facial features, because they need to be improved. Simple as that. I need to improve them because they look a little bit off. They don't look like the things that I would like to have them to represent. Already fixed the eye parts, so that's all right. That's all right already. But let's see what needed to be done then. No, we can just talk about it anyway. We cannot show it, but we can talk about it because, well, we're working on the moth-hawk and it takes time to get this thing up and running anyway. So yeah, what I wanted to represent was like, you know, pointy ears, but I didn't know if, you know, going for tiny ears or long ears, but, you know, the main, the thing that I went for was actually that they had long ears. So the main issue was that, well, since it has long ears, then, well, it should technically also represent long ears the time that I remake it. So I need to, you know, do that, and then hopefully that will fix. I'm already very satisfied on the drawing itself, that's true, and looks like my grandmother finally is showing up because my dog is literally going nuts. So yeah, probably gonna visit her later. I'm just gonna be, after this, I'm gonna be probably visiting her, and then the after that I'm gonna be walking the dog. So that's great. Ah. No, it's not. It's not it's not my granny. It's somebody else. Interesting. Oh well. It's very nice to hear everything around you. You know, it's not like, you know, I have my headphones on, but it is like I can still listen in because I'm not listening to music at all. If I would have listened to music, probably I would not have heard it coming. But nah, dog is still very loud. He's very nice towards other people. He's like, he always wants to greet people, regardless of what they are, who they are. He just wants to greet people. He's a person that always wants to greet people, regardless. Somebody, and you know, when you sit down with the dog and the dog is like, yes, I want to meet somebody, and you're like, why have you abandoned me? That's most likely the thing that's gonna be happening. Oh well. But yeah, I really like how this is turning out, and how the drawing is turning out, because, you know, I'm really doing this very casually, just drawing upwards, talking to you guys, knowing well that, you know, it's very important to keep on talking. It's very bad to leave a empty silence in such drawings, because, well, then I could have better just done something else. And I really like doing live streams, even though it might be like more time consuming than just doing a recap or do a recording. It's like, nah, I rather prefer live stream, because then I can just talk about the regular stuff that happens or whatever happened. And then once the whole damn thing is done, I will probably show, you know, you guys what it is. And so, you know, that's gonna be a thing. Probably once the drawing is fully done, I can just, you know, put a like a little thumbnail of the drawing in front of the video and all that stuff. So yeah, it's all good. So yeah, it's nice to have these kind of things that need to be done, or things that I need to draw and learn about what and how. It's always great to learn things anyway. That's why I actually was quite surprised when the intern came to my to me and was like, "Oh well, I'm the intern," and I'm like, "Wait, you're the intern? All right." And then he told me, "Well, I am also not very good with computers," and I'm like, "Wait, you're not good with computers, but you're working in a place where everything is digitalized? All right, sure thing. I'll teach you to do it. Sure thing. I will teach you the ways. I will teach you the ways of technology." Or so I was like really helpful towards him, and most of the problems that occurred we solved together. And it's always handy dandy to have like a second person to tell you what to do or how to do certain types of things, because, you know, everybody has such kind of problems like, yeah, I'm having this trouble with this thing, but I don't know how to fix it. And then, you know, nobody's going to tell you how to fix it, and you're literally building up stress, and that is not healthy for you. And the main funny thing was actually that, you know, my boss was actually on vacation. So the engineering boss, so the leader of my sector, so the guy in charge of the sector, was very busy with certain types of things. So he was busy with a lot of practical things and a lot of industrial things, and I was like, all right, well, looks like he's too busy being disturbed. So I try to do as much. As without his help, so that, you know, he would not get disturbed, so he get his stuff done, so that once we need his help, then he can give us advice or whatever we need from him. And yeah, my situation turned out great then, because we didn't need his help for most of the things. We figured out things, and then we came across like, well, this problem occurs, and then you keep two heads in one situation, and well, things go very fast on knowing things. And once we solved all the problems, well, most of the problems, we showed our final work towards the sector, the sector chief. There you go, sector chief. I think that's the word. Yeah, and he was very satisfied. Even though we still had some problems, but those problems can be fixed later on. So, well, they might be able to be fixed later on. I don't know. I don't have that expertise on that part. I do have expertise on most things, but not on that kind of issue. Like, we wanted to modify one of the products, but to modify the product, it cannot be done unless you have a tool, and that tool did not exist under our control. So therefore, the software we needed was not there for us to handle. So I came with the solution of using a secondary software that might work. Well, it works partially, and it fixes a lot of trouble. It fixes a lot of things that we had to deal with. But one of the things that we had to deal with was actually hollowing it out. So the object needed to be hollow. And that was actually very difficult to do because, well, you needed to have like a specific amount of hollowing. And because it was limited to 3D printing instead of metal smelting, it could not do it. It could not perform it. So now is my hope that in the settings, maybe that we can find the settings for molding. Yes, there you go. For molding and smelting of objects, so that we can put a bigger wall thickness on the object instead of having only 2 or 4 millimeters of wall thickness. Normally that's not a problem, yes, but when you work in a smelter and you need to mold one of the objects, when you have a too small of wall thickness, the whole damn thing collapses, which is a problem. And so yeah, I'm very happy upon how it turned out already. Like the model itself looks clean, the STL file looks clean. It is a lot of polygons, but it's not that big of a deal really. It is good enough, and it is valuable. It's good. It's accurate enough to represent the object that we need. We just need to make it hollow, and that was the main problem later on. Of course, because I have like a strict schedule on like when I am there and when I'm not there, the intern actually had to fix it himself. Or well, it's not expected from him to fix it. That's true, but I was hoping like maybe he can do it. I have no idea if he would be able to do it or fix it, but it's always great to see if he fixed it, and well, he did an amazing job, because it's always great to see like from zero to everything else is a big achievement, because not everybody can do things like me, like what I normally do when I draw or whatever I do. It's a lot of thinking work, a lot of progress. And most people are gonna get stuck on the part of progress. They will get stuck on the part that like, well, I need to do this, that, and this and that, and then they have their hands in their hair, like, oh my god, what the hell? How am I able to do this? And because I already have experience with such problems, like trial and error problems, for instance with hair or with drawing issues that I came across, like shading, how to get certain types of colors correctly, color scheming. The main things I wanted to solve then was like, yeah, how do I solve this? And I took like a deep breath and think about like, all right, if I use this or this, then well, maybe this will fix that, and then you get that point. And once you have the trial and error problem solved, then well, the next time you come across it, you will be able to fix it. But since that some people don't have that expertise just yet, the amount of overflowing information that gets lost in the idea of like, oh my god, I'm panicking right now. They panic, they try to hide it and then run from it. All that stuff happens. It's literally just a big giant bomb exploding in the middle of a building where everybody just wanted to make their pie. And yeah, you just need to relax and take a deep breath and figure out like, well, this is problem number 1. This is problem number 2. How do I get problem number 1 gone without creating problem number 2? Or, also fixing number 2. And yeah, it takes some time, it takes some effort, and it's very time consuming to fix these things by manually because, you have never fixed it before. And those things can, well, add up in time. But since that I have like a strict schedule of, no more working than 2 hours straight on. So work 2 hours, take a break. 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 So there is a big break also in the middle somewhere. But it's very important for me to keep these hours in check. Keep these regular breaks. Why? Because it relieves you from stress. It relieves you from a lot of things that you want to avoid happening. For instance, once you have like a very busy schedule and you need to do everything again and again and again and again, eventually things get tired. If I wanted to draw and I would draw like 2 weeks in one go, and I drew from 6 till 9, or well, yeah, 6 in the morning to 9 o'clock in the evening. Trust me, my eyes would get totally nut because I already had experience when I was young on gaming way too long for way too late, and trust me, your eyes are gonna get singed. It's gonna be very, very annoying. Your eyes are gonna get literally heated with red. They will get dehydrated, and you will not be able to focus, or you will be very, very slow and sluggish in your work. So just keep 2 hours or 3 hours is a good way of manually like, I just want to work 2 hours on it and then I need to take a break. I did it as well. I took 2 hours of work, then I took a break. I went walking, then wait. I took 2 hours, took a break, then went outside, bought myself some food, then came back, started gaming, then went outside again after 2 hours of gaming. I went outside, did a walk, came back, ate my dinner, the evening dinner that mom made, which was actually quite good. And then, after that, I fixed the last parts that I wanted to fix before starting up the stream. And then after that, I left it again. So like 30 minutes of fixing. So always always try to keep a steady schedule. Like I always try to do the 6-mile walk every day because, well, it creates condition, it creates experience, it creates better movement in your body. It makes sure that your legs don't get very sluggish, and make sure that your legs don't get very painful or sour or whatever how you say that. But yeah, it's quite fun. And I know that most things here are like very important, and that most things that I do are not very important for other people, but it's all important for me. I try to improve upon myself. I try to improve upon drawing. I try to improve upon everything that I do when I do things. And the more I do things, the better I get at it. And yeah, This is always why I only do like a 1 hour stream, because people will get very bored once you know ramble on of something and then switch to another subject. But for 2 hours, that's a long time to keep somebody engaged, and I don't want to drag that people in. I just want to, like, 1 hour, it's good enough for me. I will get tired, you will get tired, and then we can all call it a day. And that's fine. That's really fine. The moth-hawk project is a very nice project that I'm working on. It's really relaxing to see, like, oh well, how long have I already done this? Well, this is already now half an hour in, and well, it feels like 2 hours have already passed. That's how it felt. Well, that's how it feels anyway. It is not a bad thing that it feels like 2 hours, alright? It feels like 2 hours because I'm really enjoying, drawing these roots, drawing these effects on the roots, creating this cool looking structure that I really am satisfied with. Yeah, stupid hair. And it's always lovely to see my hair just be like, blip, I am on the screen now. And I'm like, I don't have my blankie, so I cannot erase it. So I need to blow it away. But yeah, you can already see how the structure of the tree is coming to life by just, filling up some parts of it, not filling all the parts. That's why I'm using the brush of, the pencil tool, because it creates this cool dynamic of, the tree is coming alive, and then once the tree is coming alive, well, what is going to come alive then afterwards? That's the main question. Of course, once this is done, we're probably going to be using another brush. We're probably going to use another tool as well to create the shadowing for the darker part of it. And then once that is done, all of this will look nicely. And you can already see how this is going to be ending upwards. I probably should. Alright, so there is a problem right here that I want to fix. How do I fix this? I will fix it by removing the amount of... well, I'm not removing it. I'm just going to be removing the thickness of it. Well, non-transparency of it. So I'm just going to be casually drawing over this, and there you go. You see what happens here? You can see it, because that's how this works. So as you can see, before it was a very angry drawing because there was way too much stuff going on, and now because I faded it out, it's less problematic. Well, for instance, here it is problematic, so I need to erase that part right there, and that should fix it. Yes. So now almost. I need to also remove it. I also need to lower this one. Yes. All right. So I did not erase the drawing. I did not erase it. I just reduced the amount of effects on it. So right here there is a lot, like something like here, and there is one, there is the one. So we're just gonna be erasing some parts here that feel like they are a little bit overdone. There you go. I'm not gonna be talking about more than that. Like, for instance, here. Yeah, there you go. So there are some parts that are a little bit overdone, and those parts need to be erased. Well, not fully, but they need to be less visible. And you know why this is happening? It's happening because I'm using. There you go. All right. Now's the question, why is this there? This is not a good sign. Yes, this is not a good sign. We are gonna remove this one. We're gonna remove this little ugly stroke of doom, because that is a thing that I don't want to see in my drawing. I ain't want to see some strokey ass thing that doesn't belong here. Get out of there. Get out. Get it. So, how I'm going to be fixing this is by, redrawing it a little bit. And now this should actually work. So now if we add this, yes, it works, but now we need to fix the part where we draw. So we need to fix this and then draw over there. So we need to just get the light up and running and then get that part right over there done. Yes, awesome. All right, lovely. So we fixed the part that we had to fix, and now we're gonna go back to fixing the part, going back to the tree. So we did not fix all of it yet because, you know, it still has some issues and we are not fully done with the whole drawing, but you get the point. So we're using the soft, we use the soft eraser to erase the aggressive strength drawings. So I pressed too much on the button, so therefore I pressed too much on the pencil, therefore left a harsh drawing in, a harsh line. And to soften up that line means that it will fade a little bit more in the background, which we want to do with the tree. We don't want to have this very thick line on the tree. We don't want that. We want to represent this as bark. We don't want to represent it as, you know, a main piece of, you know, you don't want this to be the main character or something that stands out so much. It takes all the effort of the eyes away from anything else. So to prevent that from happening, you know, we need to manually adjust that a little bit. Of course, you know, not everything can be fixed quite easily, but this can be fixed quite easily. And as you can see, the more I work on this, the better it looks. The more better it looks, the better, you know, it gets. And that is the main reason why I like this so much. That's why I really love this drawing, because it creates the effect of, you know, real bark, even though, you know, it's not there. And I might not be right about everything. I might not be right about anything I said. It's just, you know, that's how I feel. And how I feel is very important for, you know, getting my mojo up and running and saying like, hey, yo, my friend, have you ever tried to be positively about this? And then I'm like, yes, I have. And then, how was it? And I will say like, yes, it was the greatest thing I ever did. And why was it so great then? And I was saying like, well, because it made me happy. And you know what? I'll take that. I'll take the happiness over anything else. I am very happy upon drawing this bloody damn tree. And why am I very happy upon drawing this tree? Because, you know, I like to draw with a passion. I like to draw, you know, I want to give things the feeling of what I drew. Well, not that, but it feels like that. I want to work on this drawing. I want to see how it ends. I followed this journey for way too long. I already have, like, you know, images in my head, like, what do I want to draw after this? And then, you know, all these epic cool things that I want to do. And of course, you know, I cannot do that once I'm not done with the moth-hawk, because, you know, I'm a very, very, very honest guy when it comes to those things. I really, really want... let's see if this works. Yeah, it works. All right. There you go. I really, really, really want to be complete with, you know, all the things that I do. Of course, you know, not everything can be done like that quite easily. This is why, you know, this is why I always want to complete a drawing before I start with a new one. This is why I cannot finish things without doing anything else. This is why I'm stuck in a loop-de-loop most of the times. Like, I'm stuck because I want to do something, but I can't because I need to do that first. But the main problem because of that is like, yeah, I want to finish this or I want to finish that, and then, well, you know, I take too much on my hill, well, I really went on vacation with way too many covers, and, well, you know, I want to keep it all with me because I needed to have them anyway later on, because I want to pay that guy off, I want to buy an ice cream there, so I needed to have those $2 million in 6 different bags, because, you know, that's how things work. Of course, you know, it's a very difficult thing to see happening. The thing is, like, well, how do I fix that? How do I fix to be that kind of impulsive person that, you know, wants to perfect everything, and then without, you know, breaking down and having no spirit whatsoever? I came to the solution that I needed to make sure that, well, you know, I still work on the moth-hawk project, but I don't have to work on it every day. Well, that was the idea. When I took the break, I thought, like, well, what if I don't work on it right now and I just work on something else? And it worked pretty fine. It worked pretty fine to just take a little break from the moth-hawk and, you know, draw some more things, improve upon myself and all that stuff. And then I came to the realization, once I was working again on one of the drawings today, I came to the realization, like, wow, damn, I have been improving again. Because today I finally successfully drew hair, as I said before. It was a thing that I could not do before. It's a thing that I never could before. It's a thing that I literally couldn't do. I wasn't satisfied with the hair. How I looked at it, how I did at it, I wasn't satisfied. And right now, today, I was actually satisfied with it. The main issue is now that, you know, I still need to draw one more toony picture for one of the t-shirts I want to wear at a convention. So I need to do that still. And yeah, I now finally have the idea in my head. Of course, I need to still fix the thing that I drew today. Well, today and yesterday. So I fixed that, and now I need to finish it up, and then, you know, I can then finally start on the drawing that I want to do to fix it. Probably gonna be live streaming it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just gonna record it. Depends how things go. Of course, I want to make progress with the moth-hawk. Yes, true. Moth-hawk needs to have progress, and it needs to be done. So I'm just gonna keep loyal towards, you know, every day streaming the moth-hawk, because, you know, it's a very important project and it needs to be done. I want this thing to be finished so I can start something new. And to start something new is also very difficult. True. But I think I sure managed that. I have fully confidence that, you know, starting something new is one of the most easiest things for me to do, because I already have multiple things that I can just pull out of the freezer and be like, well, here you go, Mister or Mrs. Here you have your salmon with extra rice and potato fries, because, you know, I had it laying around somewhere. And yeah, it's very funny to see, like, these effects, these things that just come and go, the ideas that just come and go, and be like, oh, well, this happens. Of course, I want to still keep loyal towards these ideas. That's why I'm not going to give up to the story that I'm writing. I'm not going to give up to it, but I just took a break from it because, well, you know, I'm still working on the moth-hawk project, so I cannot work on that. Otherwise, that would have been the project that I would go for later on. And the main issue that the main thing that I'm now doing is actually that once... wow, that actually looks nice. I like it. Alright, 40 minutes. Alright, we can now start with the coloring of the shading part. Ooh, very spooky stuff. So we're just gonna pick this bad boy up here, right here. That's the part that we need, right? Yeah, that's the part that we need. Alright. So what I like about really like about this kind of idea, what I really like about this idea of, you know, working on certain types of things, making these cool looking ideas happening, the amount of stuff that just comes and goes, it really creates this nice feeling towards it. It really creates it. It's really nice and gentle that all of this hard work that I did, all of this work that I did for myself, actually, to improve upon myself, to become a better person, really pays off. And I'm very satisfied with that. Even though that might be not a thing that, you know, be a thing that other people might see as an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment to me. It's an accomplishment to me that holds me dear. Because the more I do, the more I work on my drawings, the more I do on my drawings, the more things I produce, the more drawings I create, I can see how it comes, or how it becomes far better than before. I can see it. The main issue is that because I see it, it doesn't mean that it is there right now. It's already, well, it's still there, but it is there as long as I, you know, work on it. And I really am trying to push myself on, like, hey, get your lazy ass over there and fix the damn things that you did. Work on your drawings, work on the things that you do, because, you know, it's very important that we get these things up and rolling. If you want to improve, push yourself. But don't push yourself too hard. Don't do that. Otherwise you will fall from a cliff, and that might be not very healthy. Yeah. Not healthy. Probably going like black, and then, you know, nothing happens afterwards. Maybe sirens or something. But yeah, you get the point. The amount of stuff that I'm trying to do while pushing myself is like, yeah, I can do this and that and this and that, but, you know, I need to take some breaks between it, because, you know, I need a mind, and my mind is already racing to do a lot of stuff at the same time. So therefore, you know, take small breaks, fixing the parts that I need to do. All right, that looks actually quite nice. I like it. We can try to do a little bit more darker and just fix some parts here. Let's see if this works. That actually looks quite nice. Now I just need to get this, boop boop. I now need to get this thing a little bit more softened out. Alright. Here goes nothing. There you go. Nice. There you go. We just need to get rid of those straight lines that are pulling up. It's all, it's not a real problem. It's just, you know, that I really don't like them. I despise those straight lines coming upwards. It's because of how I drew these lines in the first place that they are. Well, they're actually my fault in the first place. They're a mistake that I caused. And to fix it is very important. Because, you know, the more I fix it, the better I get at it. So I just need to fix the parts that, you know, I come across, fix them, fix the parts that I see, and then, you know, work towards a better future with them. Yeah. That's much better. And this part needs to be a little bit more smoother out. This part right here needs to be smoother out. This part right here needs to be a little smoother out. And this part here should be faded because you don't need that. This part needs to be smoother out. This part needs to be smoother out. So I can just look at things like, well, this needs to be a little bit smoother out. This needs to be a little bit smoother out. So we're just fixing the little issues that we had with the drawing in the first place. Like now, this doesn't look as aggressive as it should be. And that's the most important thing. We don't want these aggressive lines to represent, like for instance here there is a line that is like straight down. We don't want that. We don't want these lines. These lines are ugly. They destroy the view. They create the issue that I don't want. They are the bane of my existence, these lines. I'm not that evil towards these lines. It's just, you know, they're really annoying to deal with. That's why I try to avoid these lines, but I cannot avoid them because, you know, the pressure on my pencil, I am not very yet used to it. Well, I'm used to the pencil, I'm not used to how to use the brushes properly. So now, as you can see, the tree actually looks nice. So if we zoom out, boom! Does this look like a tree? I wonder. Yes, it does. No way, it is a tree! So yeah, this tree looks nice. It feels like a tree, acts like a tree. Creates the effect of a tree. Alright. Now we've done that. My head feels already way too heavy for today. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's a good enough time. And I hope you all have enjoyed for today. And thanks all for watching. And I hope I'll see you all next time. Until then, I wish you all a lovely day. Bye!